Hey everybody, it's me, Terry with the Drone Calf. I'm back. Did you miss me? You missed me. I know. Admit it. Admit it. I missed you. I wasn't here last week. So I'm glad to be back. But the big mystery, where was I? I hope nobody paid the ransom because I was okay. Where I was working on set on a project for a very, very good friend of mine here in the Orlando area. A writer, producer, director. His name is Dale Metz. I've worked with Dale on projects before and going to be working with him in the future on other projects. Dale is the definition of a cool indie filmmaker. He can do it all. He writes, produces, editing. I mean, he is such a cool guy that brings so much to the table. I always love to work with Dale. So Dale's new film, it's called Bitrate. So without giving too much away, because it's still in production and editing, it's still moving through the channels here, we're not going to give too many spoilers away, not going to show too much, not lay all the cards on the table yet. But what I want to do today is show you a few clips from shots that I've seen, scenes that I shot, and you know me, I'm just goofy sometimes. But anyway, I was out last week with Dale shooting stuff for Betrayed, and it's a science fiction thriller. I'll leave it at that. So there is one pretty cool action scene, and I also shot some B-roll stuff. Now, you know what B-roll stuff is. It's that kind of, if you want to say it's not very exciting, but it is exciting because you need it. It's stuff for like intros, promos, opening scenes, things like that. So I did some B-roll stuff, and then we went out on set to sort of a remote location and shot a really, really, really cool action scene. Now, again, what you're going to see today are some draft clips. They're not final. The effects are not complete, but a big chunk of them are there, so you'll get an idea of what the final scene is going to eventually look like, or the direction it's headed. And to put things in a little context, what did I shoot with? I've already been asked this some. I just, you know me, I push things. It's like I want to see what I can get out of everything. It's just like wringing a towel. I shot this with the Mavic Mini. You hear me go on and on and on about the Mini. Now, logistically, there were some reasons for making that decision. But I put the Mini in the air. We flew over water. There were a few pitfalls I'm going to talk about as we get into the clips here. And some things to look out for. So, again, droning is not the simplest thing in the world, despite what people tell you. I mean, there's this kind of misconception I run into, like, I can just buy a cheap drone, stick it in the air, how hard is that? Well, guess what? It gets tricky. So, again, that's what I'm here for, to help you work through this, help you learn the right way, help you learn how to manage emergency situations. And we didn't have an emergency situation, but we had a situation that was tricky to deal with and get the shot. So let's go take a look at some of these clips. I'm going to start off with a little introduction to the clip, talk about what I used to shoot it, just a little BTS info about it, and then we're just going to wrap it up after that. But I hope you enjoy this stuff. I mean, this is it. This is real deal. This is really out there using a drone, getting stuff for a film. So I hope you enjoy it, and let's get rolling. Okay, everybody, this is a still. This is our lead actress, Rachel. I did not shoot this. This is a still from Dale, but just have it here so I can set up this shot. What you're about to see is a short clip. It's an intro clip of just some pedestrian-looking stuff. I actually went out and flew to get some shots of traffic. So you'll see the palm trees, the street, just kind of a normal looking thing. But you'll notice the graphic of the special effects overlaid onto that kind of gives it that satellite view, like something's looking down, like we're searching for somebody or something. So again, some things to keep in account. I was flying near traffic, did not fly over traffic. I obeyed all the flight regulations and rules. I implemented and deployed safety measures. Again, it looks like a simple shot. A lot goes into it. I mean, to get just a second or two clip here, you'll see how fast this goes. I have several hours in getting these shots. So again, planning, safety, that's your number one priorities. But this came out really nice with a Mavic Mini. So take a look.
So what'd you think about that? It's pretty cool, huh? I played it for you twice because it does move pretty quick, and so that way you could kind of take a second look at it and see those elements and all the stuff going on, and how it just blends and flows very well. All right, you ain't seen nothing yet. Check out this still. This is really cool. You're going to see some cool clips here. Again, shot this with a Mavic Mini. I'm going to just run through a few clips, bumper them all together here. And the setup, the location, I was flying from basically the same spot, but getting different shots at different altitudes and that sort of thing. We were on the St. Johns River flying this. So I mentioned earlier that there was an issue to deal with, to contend with. That issue was wind. Wind, I've talked about before, can really take you by surprise. I was flying at about, different altitudes for different shots. Low shot had an altitude of maybe 15 feet. The highest shot we did maybe up to 50 or 60 feet. Over water, wind behaves differently because there is no terrain like trees and hills and that sort of thing to break the wind. So you have an issue there to think about. Now, I wasn't flying too far offshore, but I was flying out there some, again, over water. As you'll see in the clip, there are a lot of trees around, and the wind was blowing toward me. It was pushing the drone back toward me the whole time. Now, Mavic Minis are fantastic as far as having GPS to hover and keep the location stable when they're in the air. They do a great job, but you can't fight the law of physics. And if the wind is too strong, or in this case, gusty, it takes you by surprise, and you have to be able to manually fly the drone. Now, typically, you'd want to get the drone in the air, let it sit there, work the camera, get your shot, make your camera settings, and deal with all that. That's wonderful. That's perfect world scenario. That's when everything is going your way. But what if you get out on site, you're on limited time, you only have so many chances to get this shot, there's a lot going into it, and you have a curveball thrown at you, like dealing with wind, where you have to manually fly the drone into the wind just to keep it stable. Those are the things that practice pays off. And that's why I'm always saying, get out, practice. Prepare for the unexpected, because it's going to happen. This was a really good case of that. And not patting myself on the back, not doing all that kind of stuff. But if I had not been looking for something like that to happen and just stuck the drone up in the air and quit paying attention to it and just looked down at my screen, the wind would push the drone into the trees. We would have lost the drone, lost the shot, and it would have been a total disaster. So practice, practice, practice. But anyway, check out these shots. I'm going to clip a few together, and then we'll wrap up. And man, I think you're going to dig this. Again, remember, these are not final shots. These are draft shots with special effects laid in there. But again, you're going to be surprised at what you can get out of a smaller drone like a Mavic Mini if you're on a budget. If you want to ramp it up a little bit, you always have the Mavic Air 2, and going up into the Mavic Pros, it just gets better and better. So lots and lots and lots of cool stuff. So check this out, and I think you're going to dig it. Oh, one more thing. This probably goes without saying, but the helicopter was added later. That's a special effect that was added. There was no helicopter. We were not flying that close to a helicopter. I know that question may come up and you're thinking, oh wow, how can you fly drones? You're not supposed to fly that close to an aircraft. Of course you're not supposed to fly that close to an aircraft. And we didn't happen to have a Black Hawk helicopter handy either. So anyway, again, the power of using your creativity and your tools is shown right here. So anyway, just wanted to clear that up in case there's any question why I was flying around this helicopter. I wasn't. We were just shooting the boat.
Tom, can I borrow your boat?
What do you think about that? Pretty cool stuff, huh? And like I said, it's still in editing. It's going to be refined and polished and more stuff added to it, but you're getting a sneak preview of something while it's in production, so it's really cool. Again, it was a fun shoot. I love working with Dale, so big thanks to Dale Metz. Rachel's a fantastic actress. She's killing this part. I can't wait for this project to be done, and I'm going to be featuring it on an episode of the Drone Cav once it's all done and up and ready to roll. So you got that to look forward to, the final product. So it's again, all what you can do if you just know how to get the most out of your equipment. You don't always need the big, most expensive, throw money at everything, and that's the answer. You can get some really cool results decently. Again, I shot everything on a Mavic Air, used an ND filter, some little details, and used an ND16 to get that exposure right. The shots on the boat itself, Dale shot himself with his own camera, so I didn't do those. But man, it's just so much fun to go out and get aerial shots. And like I said, they don't have to be these high-speed shots, all this crazy stuff. This drone, in spite of fighting the wind, basically set in one spot as if it was on a tripod 60 feet in the air, 50 feet in the air, whatever altitude I was for that particular shot. But the drone only yawed to follow the boat. So it's a pretty simple action. Again, if I wasn't fighting wind, it would have been a whole lot easier to fly. But it's just those things you run into in the real world that happens. So anyway, I hope you picked up a few things from this. I hope you're inspired by seeing what you can do out there, what you can get and add to your productions. And for the big follow-up stuff here, you know where to find us: Facebook, YouTube. But you want to come to Twitch. Check out our Twitch channel. Twitch is where it's happening. And if you haven't signed up yet, click our Discord server. What's Discord if you haven't signed up yet? Discord is our community-based server where it's Indie Brigade 24/7, 365. You can go in there and chat with other community members, chat with us when we're online. You never know who's going to pop on and chat and when and where and all that kind of stuff. So we are a community. We're just not the Indie Brigade and we just pop on with our shows now and then. We are a community. We're here. We're here all the time. We're here for you. Again, you need anything with your drones or aerial cinematography or small camera systems, you know who to call. Get in touch with me, Terry at Black Dog Drone Ops. Find me on Romero Pictures. I'm a mentor. We can book a session and get into this stuff for you. Anyway, have a great week. Hopefully, we won't have too many weeks where I go missing like that, but it's starting to get a little busier and I'm going out on set and doing some shoots, but I'll always be sharing with you what I'm doing so you can learn from that and hopefully gain something to add to your own productions. Anyway, thanks for watching. It was a fun show. It was a fun project to bring you. So look forward to seeing you next week.